Not eyes eye. I was on that chains. Okay. I need to start doing a video vlog or something, man. I don't know where I'm gonna start, but today, the conversation I'm gonna start on is, look in the mirror. I'm gonna tell you that now. Now, I just had a conversation where I just left the house with someone. Come on, baby. And hold on. Alright, so I done finally got settled. I was talking about a vlog earlier. A couple things I want to say. No type of order, it's just gonna come out. But today I was, dealing with a situation to where some changes had to be made in my life. And of course, everybody isn't gonna be pleased with the changes that you make in your life. Whether it's to better yourself or if the situation is just not working for all the parties included. But your choices that you make, you have to live with. And every choice I made in my life, of course, hasn't been perfect. A lot of them been a learning lesson. I have learned from them. I have tried to dig deep into what was the cause and the reaction, what cause and effect, and what part did I play in it? What can I learn? What I should have done. I just thought about each angle, I try to take in, what's given to me and what's received from others. I do listen, and I try to value the opinions of others. But lately it's been a little ride for me, truthfully. Everything hasn't been great, but I'm staying positive through all. Definitely on that. Staying positive, it's a daily grind to do that. And I'm steady manifesting everything that shall be for me, and the goals and dreams that I'm working towards. Somebody told me today that I basically got myself together and said, fuck them. As you go through the history of time, I can remember I never left nobody out to dry. Truly. Never my character. I feel I try to bring something into somebody's life, whether it's to better it or to help it. I'm never taking more than I got up out the situation or the relationship of the person. I feel I gave more, but that's neither here or there. That doesn't bother me at all, because as far as that go, like you say, you got to keep a good spirit, a good heart. Try to block everything that comes towards you that's trying to derail you from what you're doing and where you're going, and trying to keep your guard up from the things and people that don't want to see you be better. But far as that, somebody had actually said that I was in a certain space, and since I got up out that space, it's like I'm shitting on them now. I don't know what to think about that. I was a little aggravated. It had me going the wrong way, about my way today. I just want to sit down and share my thoughts and basically Now nowadays it just seems what you do for somebody or how much you do for somebody doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it has no weight. Because right after that's done, people seem to forget. In some ways, you go through feeling that you are taken for granted. And then once you decide to see things differently or change, you are the problem. I think we all need to look in the mirror sometimes at ourselves. Truly. Definitely. On this journey where I'm at right now, my goals and plans is to better myself as a father, and keep growing as an individual. I'm trying to be successful in all endeavors. There's a lot of distractions on the way, always. Whether it's the devil or your own people around you, or the energy that you're consuming in from others. It really can take effect on you. So a stage where I'm at, 34, that seems to amaze me. I got 3 beautiful daughters, 3 different mothers, and just trying to be a pillar in their life and make sure they have a father role and a male is present has been very hard, I must say. I have one daughter that will be turning 17 later this year, one that's 13, and one that'll be 3 later this year. And tell you the truth, each relationship with them has been a challenge. You ever find yourself, trying to love people for who they are and want to see the best out of them, and all you get told is that you're the reason why they are or why they are not, becoming their best self. You're the reason I do this. If it wasn't for you doing this, I wouldn't do this. I'm gonna tell you, relationships can be real tricky. Nowadays, it's just so many options to get out your situation. There's so many opinions, friends, girlfriends, family members. There's too many options for divorce, too many options to leave. It's getting harder to stay in this world we live in. And the sad thing about relationships is you're supposed to have that unity, compromise. I was just listening to the brother T.D. Jakes. He was talking about agreements. Of course, we're gonna have our differences, but in the end, we must agree on something to move forward. I definitely try to look at myself and good afternoon. currently working on something new. I'm working on a book about relationships for about a year. This book I've been working on. And like I say, I'm probably halfway into everything. I've been typing it. I think I got about a nice little chunk to go before I'm satisfied to where I want it and can start putting it together. Or the notifications. But yes, speaking of that, I have been dealing with some situations of relationships. So it's been kind of helpful in a way. And a good way to get it out as I've been writing. So currently today, I'm in the midst of a divorce, and it's been a nice little rocky road the last 9 months, I can say. It hasn't been all glitz and glamour for me. I've been trying to weigh through my options. I've been trying to live by God and do the things that I think He would want best for me to do, and also for my children and the people around me. I definitely try to stay true to my vows, and try to pray on my situation to stay in it, to make sure that I'm giving my all and doing the best that I can do, and not quitting on my situation or running from it in any form. I definitely dig deep in it. I went to counseling, tried a lot of communication, tried a lot of compromising. The only thing that's been getting done is fault, and blame. So each move I make has been monitored, and how can I say this? Off of each move I made, I would say people react to that. Now, you can't react to how I move. That's one thing for sure. I'm my own person. You're your own person. So you can't take the way I live and the things I decide to do and criticize me or use that against me. Just because, like I say, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to be better and trying to see the bright side, even in dark times. Now, did I do everything right? I would say no. I would say no. Trust me, I'll take some blame. But in this current situation, right now, in real time, pretty much, I accepted my faults. I have. And I tried to right my wrongs. I pretty much tried everything I can do. Through my relationships, I found that control has threw everything off the path. One thing we cannot have is control over each other. If you don't do this, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing this. I have the right to do this. Or someone says, well, I don't want to do that, and that's just going to be your problem. You have to figure it out. I don't understand how one person, whether it's a child you have with a person or whether it's a possession of things that you own with the person, whether it's a dog you guys have together or living together and sharing the same space, and it's just, do you tell that person, no, you can't have the dog because I'm keeping it? Whether they spend more time with the dog or they took care of the dog, they fed the dog, whether the child, you both split responsibilities. I feel in no way or form you should keep a child in the way through your situation or relationship with another person to have a motive or to say, hey, well, you can't do this because I don't want you to do that. Or my whole thing is let the father be visual in the child's life at the end of the day. Let the father be a parent. You know, it's nothing to shame women against. I don't see too many males saying, hey, okay, this is your mom. You know, I want to take you away from that just because, you know, I'm the parent and you're my child and I don't want this person doing that or having you around this person, or I don't want you to go there with this person, or this birthday I want to do this and I want to make sure that I show them my way of things, or I want them to learn this and I want them to be this way because this is my child. At the end of the day, two people raising that child. You know, for those 18 years, when you laid down with that person, you got to understand you want to be with that person. You knew you was having a child with that person. Now, was forever included in that? No, forever was not included in that. In no way. That's why we have to go about growing as people, as, you know, the decisions that we make once you bring another human being into this world. Because children are not property. Children are not property. Through my relationships, I found that control has threw everything off the path. One thing we cannot have is control over each other. If you don't do this, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing this. I have the right to do this. Or someone says, well, I don't want to do that, and that's just going to be your problem. You have to figure it out. I don't understand how one person, whether it's a child you have with a person or whether it's a possession of things that you own with the person, whether it's a dog you guys have together or living together and
sharing the same space. And it's just, do you tell that person, no, you can't have the dog because I'm keeping it? Whether they spend more time with the dog, or they took care of the dog, they fed the dog, whether the child, you both split responsibilities. I feel in no way or form you should keep a child in the way through your situation or relationship with another person to have a motive, or to say, hey, well, you can't do this because I don't want you to do that. Or my whole thing is, let the father be visual in the child's life. At the end of the day, let the father be a parent. You know, it's nothing to shame women against. I I don't see too many males saying, hey, okay, this is your mom, you know, I want to take you away from that just because, I'm the parent and you're my child, and I don't want this person doing that, or having you around this person, or I don't want you to go there with this person, or this birthday I want to do this, and I want to make sure that I show them my way of things, or I want them to learn this, and I want them to be this way because this is my child. At the end of the day, two people raising that child. You know, for those 18 years, when you laid down with that person, you got to understand you want to be with that person. You knew you was having a child with that person. Now, was forever included in that? No, forever was not included in that. In no way. That's why we have to go about growing as people, is, the decisions that we make once you bring another human being to this world. Because children are not property. Children are not property. Each person has influence in that child's life, whether it's a grandmother, the mother, grandfather, father, uncles, aunties. Those are all influences, whoever that child is around. So the more you keep that child away from, I would say, the evils of life, unnecessary trauma or agendas that some of us may have as parents, whether it's the male or the female, at the end of the day, the happiness of the child results on both of the parents. So how well you communicate, how well you handle situations of them growing, how you both handle holidays, birthdays, discipline, all that matters. If you read my first book, Who Are You Talking To?, I dove in a little bit on my experience of, a lack of a few things in my life and how that affected me. And of course, we grow up and we say, I want my child to go through that, or I wouldn't do that, or if I had a son, or if I had a daughter, or if I were a man, my little boy ain't gonna be like this, I'm gonna make sure. Right. We all, we all think like that. We all want the best for our children, as we say. But how many of us are making sure that we live by that and not getting caught so much up in the emotional part of it? How do we find common ground? I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen my second daughter probably in 6 years. My second born. My oldest daughter's almost an adult. Believe it or not. Growing. And as a teenager, you know, some children, they rather be around their friends. There's a lot of things going on that they would like to do. They're learning now. They begin driving, socializing with friends, to, you know, sleepovers, to parties, you know, just getting introduced into teenagehood. And, you know, learning things before adulthood comes, you know. And by that time, they have seen a lot, you know. It depends on how they grew up. Because a lot of children see a lot of things before they shouldn't have, or go through experiences that, you know, they shouldn't have before that time, before they was too young to understand. And I just wish that my relationship could have been better, definitely with my children, maybe their mothers. But I just don't understand how the brothers that try to take care of their kids, be there, provide, be visual in their life, why their voice doesn't matter. And that's when I get back to that thing I was speaking about earlier, as control. You know, as the child grows, there's a lot of things that has to be patched up, a lot of conversations that need to be had, a lot of more understanding. Just because in that time of growth, in that time they were growing, it was a lot of empty spaces, a lot of voids that didn't get filled, a lot of things they didn't understand. Why did this happen? Why is this person here? Why can't you guys talk like that? And a lot of children don't have, you know, they don't have the to ask that parent that, or they're not thinking that they're a child. If their mind isn't focused on that, they're not in that thinking space. They're not trying to understand why any of their parents are not around, or why I don't have this relationship with this parent, or, you know, how to continue that bond even when we're all not in the same household. I feel it takes the due diligence of both parents. And from the days of saying it takes a village, back in my days when I grew up, I had a grandmama on this side, a grandma on this side. My grandfather had another wife. That was my grandmother. Her mother was my great grandmother. My biological mother, that still was my grandmother. Spent a lot of time with her. It was a blended family. We all was family. It was never step this. No, you can't go over there. I don't like you to be with this person. I don't want you hanging around her. You can't be around him. You can't go to his family because that's not your family. At the end of the day, the world revolves around love, you know. Only thing children mostly need is to be taken care of and loved. The only thing they really want is love. That's all they know. Material things, they don't give a damn. So I just been figuring, how can we just get back into the love of the children? We all love our children. As far as relationships, myself, I just want us as a people to, you know, stay together, work together, understand what it is to be one, male and female, husband and wife. girlfriend, boyfriend. There's no titles. As we say, tradition is out the door. There's no such thing as man goes out to hunt the food and the woman stays home all day and take care of the kids. Life has changed. We all understand that. So for my people, I want to understand, why is it so hard for us to stay together? Yeah, there's 1,000 distractions. You have so many options now to get out of your situation. You know, and as far as people, some people don't want to see you happy. You definitely have to take that into accountability. Some people don't want to see you happy. Whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your homie, whether it's your mother. Some of us bitter. Let's talk about that. We do have a bitter side to us. But we have to get back to the point of, you know, being with each other. Black love, as we say now. We so quick to throw each other away and put each other down, instead of finding ways to uplift each other, finding ways to change the language of love. And in our world, we do have problems with mental issues. We have problems with anger management issues. We have problems from our past. Everybody carries some weight from what they've been through. Trust me. But as we go into that next phase, or get ready to grow with somebody, or decide to have a union, we have to look at those things, and we have to at least try for ourselves to not get caught up in that being the reason why we're not happy, or that being the reason why things can't change. We all can change. Now, you can't change everybody. You can't change a person from who they are. I understand that. But if you know me, I know you, we decide to join together, then that's what you chose. Now, why can't we figure out the common ground? We can't stop saying, well, you do this, so I do this. Well, I'm not. Well, until you change this, I don't see no reason to fixing that. Or, since you don't cook for me every day, then I might as well go somewhere else. I can get some food. So you go cook for me. Nah. That ain't gonna make sense. Now, one thing is, we also, I feel some of us as men, we also have, a hard time letting people in, telling them some of our downfalls, our weaknesses. But as a woman, I'm sure you see it. Because you know the person you chose to be with. You see the person day in and day out as you're around them. So you have to take that in somehow. And as a brother, as a man, like, I shit stink sometimes too. But let's not fault each other for that. Let's figure out how we can meet, how we can improve. We can't point the finger at each other. I just had a little time on my hands. Yeah, getting better, but not best yet. Getting better, growing. But, there's going to be some days you're not happy about the process. but keep trying. You hate how things end up in life sometimes. I can't say that word hate. You dislike. You don't hate anything. You dislike. But that's the point of not having control. There's some things out of your control. And we're not meant to control each other. We're meant to understand each other. We're meant to love each other. And we all have to take accountability of ourselves. If you don't wake up happy today, then you didn't wake up happy today. I can try my best to make you happy. You know, one crazy thing that Jada said when she was talking about that was she had to find her happiness. 50 plus. Married for 20 plus years. She was still trying to find happiness. Now, don't get me wrong. Situations change. Your kids grow. Your kids move out the house. Now it's just you and your husband. You and your next significant other. You go from a house full of kids to maintaining and living day in and day out that way until the empty house, and to seeing each other every day, having nothing but time on your hands, you're together every moment. Life changes. So the structure in that way is going to change. So we must adapt. But I feel I have to be responsible for my own happiness, just like you have to be responsible for yours. Deep inside. And that's all I'm trying to get to. All right, world. Budweiser ain't paying me for this advertisement. But I'm going to get off this thing, though. Good day, peoples.